don't panic.
And like I said, the bigger we get, we got more people coming at us. People are going to try to do bad things to us no matter what because they don't want us to succeed.
Is we grew up so fast that we got so much attention, and you're not allowed to, in the corrupted markets, you're not allowed to go fast. You're not allowed to pop out of nowhere and help people change their life. You're not allowed to do that.
My name is Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
Let's go!
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way. I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly.
Karma's a bitch.
Hello, everyone. How are you all doing tonight? I hope that you're all having a very fabulous, fabulous night. OnPassive has officially been offline now and migrating for over 8 days. They are over at DigitalOcean, which is attached to HG India. And apparently the migration part has occurred and they're just kind of sitting over there. So I'm not really sure why they're not back yet. But luckily for us, Mufareh made an appearance today. Marty here was doing an OTech Pros shining of the light, or shinning of the light, as he had first called it. And Ash Mufareh appeared. So hopefully he's given us an update, right? I mean, the last time he came on, he didn't really give us an update. So you would hope that with everything down for 8 days, that he has given us an update. I have gotten it to just a bit before he comes on. I'm only interested in what he has to say tonight. The Recovering Hunbot did stream the entire thing live. So if you do want to watch the whole thing, you can go there if you don't want to give them the views. But I want to hear what Ash has to say, so I queued it to just before he comes on. And it is sped up 1.25 because everybody in this thing talks very, very slow. Good to see you, Violet. I hope that you're having a fabulous night. And Nevis here, very glad to see you. I understand if not a lot of people were making it. You know, I just kind of decided like 10 minutes ago that I had the time for this. So we'll give some people some time, but I think we should just start it up.
Well, I saw O-Connect the last time. He said, that's great, but it's not good enough. We're in good hands. I'll tell you what, we're in good
Still coping.
hands.
Yep.
So
The
that's perfect
copium
timing.
is huge.
Hey everyone, hello.
Hey,
Hey,
Mr. Ash.
Mr.
Hello,
Mufareh.
hello, Mr. Mufareh.
Yes.
Hello.
What's
Hey,
going
brother
on here?
Ash.
Nothing
What's
but
going on
trouble.
here?
Nothing but trouble, Ash.
The OTEC Growth Roundtable, we're just spotlighting founders who are doing great things around the world, bringing them forward. Today we had a lady called Aseda. She lives in Atlanta, but she's in Burkina Faso helping her mother who is sick. She just, I think she has network problems, so she has disconnected. But something sparked a discussion about something that you said on 360 when you talk about data being the commodity.
361?
Yeah, we did. We were able to dig one out.
We
Yeah.
got out. When you talk about
Okay.
data being the commodity of the century, it sparked something in my head. So we'll just be talking
It's
about.
amazing how everyone is still so happy and they have so much hope, and it's almost like the site's up and running, but it's not. You wouldn't know that they've been down for 8 days.
Data and the value of data and everything. It's just been a very spirited conversation. So we are very, very honored to have you here, Mr. Ash. We know your schedule, how tight it is for you to find time, even these few minutes to be with us. It's just an honor. And
I mean, apparently not. Like, if I were him, I'd be kind of flipping out right now. Like, why isn't my fucking site online? What's going on? But he seems pretty chill and relaxed and happy.
Grateful. So we'll just open the door to you.
I appreciate you, brother, and I think the honor is mine. It's always a pleasure to connect with everyone. I think that's one thing. I'm glad you spot that, and I also got some good feedback about what was addressed about some changes in the industry about traffic. That is one thing.
Yes.
But let me tackle the topic from a different perspective, if you allow me.
Sure.
So
Okay.
the first thing is, as much as we know there is a global race on AI and data, whoever controls or is ahead of the game in those will certainly rule the world and will set new records in success. If you measure success by profitability, by revenue, yes, that is right. However, what happened in the first web and digital boom, I'm going to say late 90s, that's when it really became visible, and the early 2000s, the millennium. We know that it did simplify our life. It gave us so many options, and it gave an opportunity to millions across the globe. On the other hand, there was that dark side of the internet 2.0, and it became more problematic, and it became more with the theme of greed, monopoly, manipulation, abuse.
Oh,
to the
for
point
fuck's sakes.
it became criminal. It was,
Yes.
for example, I'm going to say one thing. In my personal life, I will say this. There were more problems I'm aware of personally came from Facebook than good. Nobody can tell me what I know and what I don't know. Okay, I personally know more problems came through that than
So then you decided to go and make ONet for everyone for free? Like, bizarre way to go about this, Ash.
help for humanity.
Yeah.
You might see that bright side, very good, but I've seen the ugly side of it. So, which both sides are true. I'm concerned about the downside of that boom. At the same time, there's good with it. Where there is evil, there is also some progress or at least a lesson learned. To sum all of
Joe's
this
going
together,
hard
not
in
just the social
there.
media, all communication platforms that we come to know, search engine, all of that, many good things came in, and again, we've learned a lot of negativity,
What,
whether
like,
from the corporate side
what is he
or
talking
from
about?
the from the users. Okay,
Okay.
so I've been observing and watching that.
Oh, yeah.
I've been taking in, observing everything happening. I believe in the power of the internet. I believe in the power of artificial intelligence. I believe in the power of data and bringing the world together. If we do it uh, cleanly and in a clean way, in a positive way, in a respectful way,
Cleanly?
and without any abuse, that is not happening so far. So that's where OnPassive come to place. We
Okay.
envisioned a cleaner environment to bring the world together, and the drive and the motive is not what every other IT company is after, which is control and profit.
Same.
So we go back to the data. What we want to do is we want to make a healthier, more trustworthy environment to the users. And money will follow. I'm not opposing that. Okay. But why not include the users in the game? So there's a big distinguished difference between any traditional IT AI platform and between what we're doing. For the first time, I'm more hopeful. For the first time, and I'm talking about watching the entire journey of the internet and the digital field. Uh, I'm more hopeful. We have to go back to the original human element in everything we do. So we're humanizing that concept, and we're not using and controlling the data to per se uh, have that domination and monopoly. Quite the opposite is to be freed and liberated from that control, so we can have better flexibility to the user's advantage. That is, something that is worth the
What?
fight. I understand. Okay, it sounds simple, all right, but if we succeed to do it, and make no mistake, we will. Okay, as long as we're breathing, we're going to fight until we do it. Uh, this is not good news for the others. They had it easily. They had it
Ew.
with no challenges, and for us to come and kind of shake up that honeymoon they had, they're going to resist. They have been
What are
resisting
you
already.
talking
It
about?
doesn't matter who's involved, whether
He's acting like the tech industry took off seamlessly and smoothly without any hiccups, any issues. No other company had problems. Like, what? You know what? You go off, Ash.
other IT companies, whether strangers, whether the public,
Like,
whether haters, it doesn't matter. But it's no secret that we faced enormous amount of resistance all across from every direction. And that made me personally believe and
already
realize
sleeping?
how powerful is a concept that we're working on. How impactful it is if this is happening ahead of the overall change. So we want to go back to the data center and having a more positive, clean, secure environment to utilize the data of the users globally.
Okay,
Uh, when I
but
said
then are you implying that Amazon AWS is like a dirty company and HG India is better? Like, is that what this is? I don't understand.
You will be surprised
What?
about how competitive it is for two reasons. First of all, the first side of it is the technical aspect of it. I heard Tony Robbins said a while ago, years ago, that if you want to be successful, like Bob Takusi, for example, you just watch what he's doing, and eventually you'll follow his success and
Oh
model him in a way.
my.
Okay, want to see how Engineer Mike is doing? Okay, you want to be like him? Just see what he's doing, study him. All right, he's basically telling you what he's doing, or Collins, or Mr. DeGarmo. They're telling you exactly what they're doing, and just follow that, model it. It doesn't have to be a replica or clone, but you will gain that. So this is not a new concept to me. When I learned that, I said, I get it. Yeah, okay. So it's like take them as a teacher ahead of you, and they went through many years or a couple of decades in the field, and you can just grab that uh, expertise instantly. That's the information age we live in. So the technical part is, what about watching not one, not two, not three, every successful data center provider and host and all of that, and take only, well, everybody has, again, the pros and cons. Okay, so what about just picking the very best of this, the very best of this, the very best of this, the very best of this? Okay, and only, okay, take that part and avoid the downside of everything, plus
What?
to spice it up, add your own creativity, because we always wish that if it was done this way or that way. You got room if it's your business.
So wait, are you gonna go with we're migrating to a new server now so that we can just go testing different hosts so that we can like learn from them? That's so bizarre. This is his shinning the light. I guess he really likes to do shinning the light with the text. Cause I believe this is the second one, isn't it? In like the last fucking month that he's done one with the text. Is it not? I believe he did another one like a week or something, or two. Like a week or two back, there was one that he did with the text, I believe. And now there's this one from like today. It was posted today. I was alive. So Marty's the one holding this, hosting this, and they made it seem like Ash just randomly showed up, you know? You know how they do? 50 plus products, picking the best parts. And then it's like, okay, but you're not even aware of what's on the market that competes with your products. So I'm not even sure how you're going to shop around for best features. And why are we just doing this now? I feel like it's late in the game. Like, when you had the plan to start a tech company, shouldn't you have already been doing all that, you know? Have that already planned out? Ash is talking like they are really rolling in profits and sales. Yeah, it's bizarre. It's bizarre because right now, everything's down, so they can't do anything. So they just keep having these weird webinars. And then he's like, we gotta take the best parts of product, like in data centers. You have to take the best part of data centers. Did you just find the articles about data centers? Like, I don't understand.
If you're just following somebody, there's no perfect model.
He's like, hey guys, did you know that people plan migrations? Crazy weird. People actually spend like months planning it before they do it. Isn't that nuts? Hey. So, like, oh man. I just really want him to come on, you know, and be like, so guys, we've been down for like over a week, you know? But I don't even know if he's gonna mention it. Like, I'm expecting he might not even mention those words.
but a collection of several models.
I've only watched part of this. I didn't have the time to watch the whole thing earlier. I was doing stuff with family all day, but we were at the pool all afternoon, and now they're having some downtime. Husband's watching sports. I was like, all right, I'll go
can
live.
make it more powerful and add your own. And the other side, remember I said, so this is the technical part, but also our approach.
Yes, they are moving from Amazon AWS to a place called HG India, which also appears to be attached to a place called DigitalOcean, which that seems legit. HG India, I'm still trying to figure it out. And I'm still trying to figure out how all these things are attached. We will get back to you, myself and the recovering Hunbot, once we have all of the information together and we can properly explain all of it. We will. So look for that probably in the next several days. I'm sure the recovering Hunbot will drop it first. But we definitely know that that's where they have moved to. So they're there. If you were to look up who their host is right now, it's either going to pop up HG India, which it does on the Who Is, which is a place you can go to check who's hosting domains, or it's going to say DigitalOcean, which appears to be where they're getting their servers from. So I'm a little confused as to why they're not up yet. It's bizarre. Like it appears the migration has already happened, but then their website is still missing a lot of formatting. I don't 100% know if their techs would have to then re-input some of this formatting after a migration. Again, it kind of depends on a lot of factors. Which is why I said, well, we'll explain it all soon. But basically, the easiest way to sum it up is they've already migrated everything there, but there appears to be some things that are missing that have not come over from AWS, Amazon, and we're unsure what the issue is exactly. We're still kind of chipping away at that. Like, is it that his techs don't want to do anything for him right now because he hasn't actually paid any of them in several months? There's technicians that work for him in one spot, 9 months, no payment, and the other 6 months, no payment. So a bunch of them are working from home, apparently, now. Maybe they're not working and they're demanding that he pay them before they do anything. I don't know, but it just seems very bizarre that they're in this standstill for so long. We should not still be in this position. Something's going on. Earning $0 of wealth only means you can be down for years, no problem. Every time that this company takes one step forward, they take 10 steps back.
More humane. Is more like, we're not going to do this to
This is from today.
Or steal the data and sell it and charge and this is how we no. If we do it, just the technical part I mentioned, which is no secret, you're already ahead of the game. You're still more attractive. Now to perfect it, add the heart aspect to it.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
The human element. And don't abuse people and treat them like real partners or like your family. Don't money will follow. So you still
you should pay your employees, sir.
Very successful and compete with those players. Not in any way we intend to take them down or hurt or no. Everybody will have. We just have a different model. It's not a replica. I'm never motivated to reinvent the wheel in anything. But if you have a better way to produce things, why not? And you cut time so you're telling me now 2020? Yeah, we've been learning for 2 to 3 decades. How does this work? Do you think we've learned a thing or two? Absolutely. So, and I will tell you, I'm extremely.
He's been talking for a little bit now. He hasn't even uttered the word migration. Not once.
Be confident. We're going to set a model that will be the leading when it comes to AI driven and super advanced
I
data
feel like
center
we're
and
doing an entire polka around the elephant in the room. Like that's all this is.
hosting and data utilization. And I can give you a hint, okay? And it's not shocking, okay? Which not only you can take the actual, because I can go give me Google, all right, or hardware. Give me HP or give me Dell. I apologize if I uh, sound a bit
Don't
techy,
know any?
for the public. Forgive me, but
You're good.
I have to level up with my pros here. Okay, so and they understand the language. So you go to this or that. Dell will give you exactly why are we better, because I need your proposal, or Huawei, or any Lenovo, for example. So you can go directly and they'll give you the best of themselves. So I have learned one thing, and voluntarily they're giving me that
Oh
information
my god.
at their will, free will. Plus,
You're like,
okay,
congratulations.
what about others who have something unique and rather powerful, but not necessarily in the data center, not directly as a data center host or provider? Maybe there's a Chinese company that they're doing something. Oh, I got the idea. If we apply this in the data center structure, what about Oracle, which is, pure? Okay, what about this and that? So you get one thing,
I don't know what.
and
Is Marty
you
stroking?
just have to pay attention. You got enormous amount of information, but if
He's
you don't have
stroking
the
out.
goodwill to make something positive out of all that
Seriously.
information, not to manipulate, because you will be reinventing the wheel in that case. If you're just going to, well, yeah, I can do that, but it's costly, or it's
What?
complicated, or not much profit. Okay, if then you go back to the same cycle they're in. So we are again a league of our own, okay, and we're taking the best from everyone and adding our own touch and
You know
extract.
what? Like, that's honestly also a possibility here. That's what I mean. I can't figure out where the problem is, but there's something more going on here. We suspect that AWS pulled the plug on them based on the date that it went down, and then it would also make sense that it's taking this long. I've had a few people tell me now that AWS will do what you just said, where they'll hold the certain things and demand, payment if you try to migrate from them, if you owe them for like, bandwidth or the bill. So I don't know if they're doing that and that's why he doesn't have everything migrated over. I don't know if, like I said, his technicians have to do something. It doesn't appear to be anything on the end of DigitalOcean or HG India. It does appear like they've accepted the migration, because it shows up as them like accepting it or whatever. So it appears that they like moved over there, and that seems to be okay. I don't know what the holdup is. It's either with AWS or it's with Ash's tech team. And I can tell you that there's like a bunch of stuff that is missing off of the landing page, which I'm sure you can even go and see for yourself. If you go to their landing page right now, you're going to see a big difference with what it looked like what, 9 days ago, it's completely not formatted properly, and there's a couple like images and stuff missing. So I don't know if they have to like input those or what's going on, but I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know if whatever they're doing is worth it. Marty's still dreaming of that new pleasure barge on Tatooine where Ash can force choke him all night long. Probably. I don't know what's going on with him. Like, look at his face, though. Like, what is that facial expression? I don't know what emotion that is. He's just trying to pass some wind without soiling his pants runs. Like that's almost what it looks like, you know? I'm scared. Maybe we can. He would probably do it for free. There is a reason, but Ash will never tells us. Well, he won't tell us the truth, and that's what I mean. So I can't promise you that we'll ever be able to say exactly what it is. I'm suspecting that somewhere down the line he will probably end up fucking up and mentioning something about it. We might never know. But it does appear like it's migrated. Like I said, I've told you everything that I can. Did Ash already explain to us how he solved the problem of computers needing energy? No, not really. We're kind of still at the beginning of this. So he's saying a whole lot of nothing.
Collecting more information from other players, indirect information, right? It could be in a different sector.
The thing about things like the tech industry is that everyone does learn off of each other. Like, do you know what I mean? So it's just kind of fucking weird for him to be like, aren't I cool, guys? Because I made it a point to learn from the people before me. Like, it's weird.
Have to be in the IT. I've seen some intelligent things in the health department or health sector, for example. I said, what if we apply this technique here or this structure? What about the human resources? What about this? So collectively, you come up with something and avoid all the critic to them, which is, for example, the complexity of everything. Okay. Hello, Amazon. What about AWS? I mean, okay. What about
Okay.
the not user friendly? You got to be a developer, and there's no love whatsoever.
I don't know if they'd be allowed to tell you anything. I don't think they can because it's like a business contract that they made with them. I mean, you could try if you really wanted to, but I don't think they would tell you anything. But it is a possibility, like I said, that they could be, keeping some things. But I don't even know if it would be them because, like I said, it does appear that they've migrated. So I'm like, well, wouldn't they just like refuse? But I don't know. I don't know.
Like, what
Only
about
time
that
will tell
touch?
us.
They're all lack. Microsoft, you just swallow it. You need water to swallow everything. It's not like
Yes,
you're
and
in
that's
love with
about
it,
half of it. Go. That's about half of it.
right? It is so complicated. Not anybody gets it. Okay, and it's not attractive. Come on, it's done just to function, barely function. They didn't pay attention how user friendly it is, or the UI and UX. Guys.
Yeah,
Okay,
Ash
so
isn't particularly
zeros,
great at keeping secrets. So I have a feeling that even if we just listen to him for the next several months, which we usually do anyway, right? I have a feeling he'll slip up and he'll end up saying something. Like if AWS is holding stuff, he'll end up flipping out on them one day. Like that's who he is. You know what I mean? Like it will come out. So he's not very good at keeping things secret. Need water to swallow everything. It's a hard pill to swallow. He even said AWS, but he's not talking about what we want him to talk about. I do have a seals clapping clip right here. Yes, the seals clapping. We do that usually when we're reacting to their big webinars where there's like 10 of them all clapping at the same time constantly. And you're like, what are they clapping for? What is going on? Why is everyone clapping? Yeah, there's more. There's a lot more. It's bizarre. This is your favorite part? Yeah? Yeah? The AWS and the SEC are pathetic clout chasers, in my opinion. If you notice the way Ash speaks about what is going on with OnPassive, he speaks in ways which are not clear at all. He basically makes it seem like it is whatever you think is happening. Yeah, I've been listening to him for like 3 years though. And same with the recovering Hun bot, and I would hate to admit this, but we've kind of figured out his patterns and the way that he talks around things, and I know that they say that they've figured it out, but like we've figured out how what he's actually saying, not what they want to hear, right? So you can like, if you, that's why I'm saying I feel like if we listen to him, like we've been doing, eventually he's gonna say something, and we're all gonna be like, aha, because things like that have happened before, where things haven't turned out, and we've been like, huh, I wonder what went wrong with that, And then a couple months down the line, he'll like say something where he thinks he's flexing on them, or he tries to talk smack on them or something, and it accidentally kind of slips out. He says something that makes you go, oh, okay, all right, I think I know what happened with that. I think we can sum it up like this. All right. And this right here, like, he kind of just got a little mad at AWS. So, maybe. Thank you, Gilbert. I appreciate that. Listen to what he says in this webinar later. He basically says what is happening is what you think is happening and doesn't say what actually is going on with OnPassive. They've gotten very good at realizing that people are going to perceive it the way that they want to perceive it. So yeah, they like to leave it open and then blame you for thinking about it in a negative way when you're just being realistic. Right?
Zero interest in that. I
It's
wish
weird.
we could show like AWS instance to people. It is dead ugly. If you're telling me 20 years ago, no. There are things looked way better 20 years ago. These people have no love for what they're doing. They
What?
just love the dollar. That's it. So that's a difference. So we can, it is possible. I want you to believe there's always the first.
You can't say that technology was better 10, 20 years ago. That's not true.
Time. There's always, people
That's
who
a
would
lie.
advocate something cleaner, something cheaper. And I can tell you the credit. We have to avoid that. I'm gonna constantly remind you, it's not an easy mission. They're gonna resist, and it's not easy to put all of that and avoid, the again to avoid the cost and the challenges they have. Some of them they bought hardware that is
Projecting right
years
now?
ago, and some pieces, whether it's the racks or this and that, and the switches and the hardware, the motherboard, this, that, they still have it, and they just like they're buried. They need to constantly replace 3 years, 5 years lifespan, and so they need massive place. But somebody comes in 2024 now, things are much smaller, more powerful, okay, better lifespan, all right. And what if you come up with a genius way that, okay, you have
Oh no.
an open unlimited. I'm going to shock these guys here. No, okay. What if you
There
come up
we
with a
go.
way, okay, that you have a contract or a certain deal with the hardware suppliers?
Okay.
I pay you a flat rate, but I need it always refreshed. I don't need to pay you and rebuy and repurchase and one by one and all of that. Is basically you buy a furnished house. I don't care what it is, but I want it always functional. All right, and new. If I see a scratch or something, replace it.
What?
I paid for that. Open ticket. There's always a first time. I'm just telling you. So is it possible now? Do you think we can come up with the best data center hosting data utilization ever existed? It is so possible. If you have that mentality and if you have the heart aspect to the user advantage, you definitely have a winner and a game changer.
Right?
100%.
He's like, guys, listen. We're gonna make the world's bestest data center filled with the world's bestest data center things. Yeah, it's gonna be filled with data center things, and it's gonna be a wonderful data center, the best ever. And I'm like, you don't even know what it like what having a data center involves. You
And those
fucking
guys will come and
idiot.
host with you. What if you have a solution for the energy
At
consumption?
all.
The two predators or worse animals in the game, number one is the energy. right?
Okay.
And the hardware. If you overcome that you have it covered at not a reasonable, but a very, very cost efficient level, you crush everybody. Dirt cheap service, but world class, futuristic
Dirt cheap, like how O Connect is dirt cheap, but it's actually 3 times the cost of everything else. That kind.
solution.
Right? Like, what are you writing
And when I said the traffic aspect, things have changed, okay? Well, when we were talking about traffic, we were talking about some traditional ways as well. But we've been working and structuring something rather.
It's like, guys, we're going to have solar powered data centers. That will definitely be the best route to go.
More powerful to what's
We just
available.
invented that.
And the supply and the demand is massive. We know how, like, that's the next thing after the data. So what is needed?
Yeah.
People need followers. They need audience, buyers, customers, leads, whatever you call them, or they perhaps need traffic. Traffic is equal to human, not just robotic things. So when you control verified data, real people, that's another thing. Clean data.
Let's start trafficking humans. Is what he just said. Trafficking includes humans. We're going to traffic humans to your website for dirt cheap. Yeah, no, that sounds great, Ash. But it's interesting how he literally was like, not just robots. So you admit, though, that a lot of this traffic is going to be robots. Because that's what I heard there. I went, yeah, robots, exactly.
And you have it. You basically have a mall for the 5.35 billion people. Round it up. Let's say 5.5 billion people. Let's say we have a community. Don't we say that the global, the world is a small village now because of that technology? But we decide we want to meet today. All right, we're going to discuss something. 5 billion people. Where do we go? There's no place. When you succeed to have that hub and that lobby for every internet user, you have them, or every device user, and you attract them in one beautiful environment, not only
every
safe,
device user,
but also rather healthy and positive, just the good in us. You own the world. You own everything.
Only good people allowed.
And now, what traffic are you talking about? You are
Marty,
the traffic.
go.
So you be the hunted, not the hunter, because you got all the data. All you have to do is now the next level, or to piece it up, let that AI connect people. So how many buyers do you want for your, I don't know, shawarma or falafel shop, right? Or taco shop? How many do you need in your?
Well, Derek had 100 people and 5 of them bought O Connect. So it'll probably go something like that.
AI would serve you. You need 100, you need 500. How many can you do a day? If you are a tire shop, whatever, a dentist, whatever your business is, or a business online, okay, or an educator, a trainer, you want certain traffic and selected people. If you have the data with the power of AI, so we talked about the power of the internet, the power of the data, and now the power of AI to connect all of that and just bridge the gap and connect people and fields and business owners and
Here's
buyers
the thing,
together.
though, targeted marketing is not the same as targeted traffic. And I feel like Ash does not know that.
The followers. Is it a 3-minute coding thing and you're done? You're insane if you think it's that easy. It's not that easy, okay? But it's worth it. And if you have that clarity and you're after it, all you need is the right talent to do it. Speaking of the right talent,
that's Mike again. That's Mike Aujala. He has that long last name. He's the one that Marty recently interviewed on his channel. This is an interesting one.
What I want to sum up this conversation with today, if you allow me. I don't know if you have more time.
Absolutely, Mr. Ash. You're blowing my mind. My mind is already
Thank you.
in heaven.
I appreciate it. I learned from you. Believe
you ever heard of Enron?
Thank you.
And your positivity and your support is.
You ever heard of this scam Enron? Unfortunately, it went on for a very long time. So did Herbalife. Unfortunately, these can go on for years. And here's the thing. OnPassive could shut down. But that's not going to stop Ash Mufareh possibly from opening up another scam. We really need the SEC to do that director bar on him. Otherwise, we're in trouble. We're going to have to follow him forever. And it also isn't going to stop Marty from taking Dan Street, Mike Ellis, and now Chris Johnson and himself and their giant team and moving on to somewhere else. Who knows where, but they'd probably follow Ash if he went on to something else too. And there's ways he can probably, get around it.
Truly inspiring. Like,
we're going to be here for a while.
You've got to, make sure and that's how I feel. We have to make sure we deliver up to your intelligence, your expectations.
Thank you, sir.
With all the respect. So that's why I'm the one who's honored to be with you, because you don't get average people all the time. Sometimes I got, dumb people. I live with some, yeah. But
it's your family.
But to have people that are ahead of you, give me that, 5 times a day, 10 times a day. Never enough. So back to the thing. I just want to end up with this. All right. One of the obvious things we've learned in OnPassive is not to open our mouth, ahead of our action.
Yep.
It's very clear. And you've seen that before, okay? So it is not a secret to you right now. There might be something going on, okay? And some would be attracted to the negative. That's who you are, okay? You might think, something disaster happened. Yeah, it could be, okay? If that's what you think. And if you're thinking, if you know us and you know our intention, you might think, okay, well, there has to be something good. It looked like they're cooking something, okay? You're right too, okay? So whatever you want, it's true. And depending on which side you are. And I believe more and most people think there has to be something positive. They have that sense. They have that, I would say, personal judgment to make up their own decisions. And due to the facts and the interactions and the entire journey together. Now, we come to know a little bit about each other and our character. And because of that, we are obviously working beyond your imagination, but with love. The ultimate motivation.
With heart.
It's not like, we're working hard. Oh God, no. It's quite a privilege. I love it. I wouldn't do anything else. Okay, as challenging as it is, challenging.
Okay, I feel like that was for us.
Sometimes.
So basically, what you're trying to say is that people don't work around the clock and not get paid. You don't overwork them, huh?
Thrown at you from every direction, but it's worth it. I just told you one thing can have you own everything.
Yep.
And I gave you the blueprint. So if you're one of those guys, you can do it. And if I have the luxury of time and PowerPoint and all that, show you behind the scenes.
Why do they keep clapping? What is he saying that should get this kind of reaction? We need some CC.
Wake up!
Wake up, damn it. Hello, Chris. Marty has heard too many speeches that sound like Ash is leaving lately, right? Right? It really does, though. Like, every speech he's done for the last month sounds like an exit one.
You're just going to definitely have to replace your pants right now.
I'm telling you.
Okay. Refresh.
I already did.
Okay. But I'm sure you've got the idea.
How are you laughing?
Because of that, we're working on something rather powerful, and I will pledge that, we are going to, I'm not going to say when, but of course this year, we are going to shock the world. We're going to shock you.
This
we're
year?
Going to impress you, and you're going to see that this is really worth.
Not in 2018, right? It was too early. 2019 was also too early. 2020, you were really scared that Zoom would steal your O-Connect idea. So, that was early. I guess 2021, the launch will go on, right? 2022 and 2023, way too early to go viral. Although you tried to announce that you were going viral in 2022 and in 2023. So now this is the year finally. 2024, this is the year. We sure on that one? We sure? I have a feeling that it's going to be about Christmas time, and I'm going to be sitting here saying, hey, remember when the site was down for 8 days and I was streaming OTech Pros Shining the Light, and Ash said this year for sure, and now here we are in December and it's the end of the year and it's still not this year? Why do I have a feeling that that's more like how it's going to go, Ash? Could it be because you've done that every year?
The
Every
fight,
year is the
challenge,
year.
the patience, whatever the price is, all right? So I want to remind you, yes, you are right. We are cooking, okay? But it is going to surprise you. Nothing to the level that you thought, okay? What you thought good, but
What do you mean?
because of
There's so much
everything
to
that
be
happened
excited
and
about.
happening,
God sent Ash Mufareh down to save the world and save humanity with his technology and bless. So what? The site's been offline and he's not telling anyone anything. Just, don't panic and show your loyalty. All right? I feel like you're panicking, okay? You can't be panicking. Don't panic.
Don't panic.
You got to remember, it's coming. OnPassive is coming.
right now, we thought we were going to have to stack the cool, top it off. So basically include further phases of our vision, bring it back to the front burner rather than it was just like, to get there in a few years or decades or whatever.
Lord.
So now we bring that, and
We're
together,
clapping.
I think we're going to make that huge positive impact all over humanity.
You
That's all I
think-
wanted to say today. I was told to come and say hello or hi.
Oh.
I gave you 1,000
That's-
hellos. And all the respect to you guys.
Oh my goodness, Mr. Ash, that's more than enough dose to take me throughout the next.
Oh!
Thank you so much, Mr. Ash.
How the hell? Oh my God. I really am in the Twilight Zone. I'm in another dimension. And it's not even the one with Hogwarts in it. Boy, did I get a shitty fucking deal. Like, what is happening? What did he say that was different than the last several times that we've heard him talk? If anything, it's actually like more frustrating because the site's been down for 8 days, over 8 days. 8 days, several hours. And it's like, what did he say? He didn't even really bring it up. He didn't even mention it. He didn't tell us that some new product was coming out or give us any kind of news. He just came on here and gave us another like motivational speech again. And they're like, wow, thanks, Ash. That was amazing. That was the best news we've ever got. I don't understand. I'm speechless almost. He's made me speechless. The time to leave OnPassive is here, if it's ever been. Ash did make the choice to be corrupt, and the fucked up thing about it is that he's pretty much admitted it. He has come out here and straight up said that the holdup with them launching to the world right now is that he and his lawyers are looking for legal loopholes in the system, which is never a good sign. Like, when your CEO comes out and he's like, we're trying to find legal loopholes. I don't like laws and regulations for businesses, and I just don't think that we should have to follow them. And we should all just become millionaires off other people's backs and no one should say anything. That is also a big red flag that should be waving around in your face, and you should be kind of worried because that shows that he's not ethical with his business. You will never hear another like CEO of a tech company be like, I hate following the damn laws. We got to find loopholes around the laws. It sounds insane. Most of them realize the laws are in place to protect them and help them also stay ethical and, moral and not be dirty. Clean, as Ash says, right? So most don't complain about it. They kind of accept it. There might be some annoying things about it, but you literally wouldn't hear any of the other ones ever come out and be like, I fucking hate the laws. I want to break as many of them as possible. And then like have everyone be like, yeah, no, we should definitely keep that CEO. He's good for us. He's good for our company. Like people would be like, we got to vote this guy out. But unfortunately, in a situation like this where he's the founder and it's an MLM, they're not on the stock market, they don't have a board, kind of just stuck. The thing is, he's also hired on the CFO, the CMO. They're under his payroll. Everyone here is. So that's the difference here, right? That's what I mean. If he was the CEO for any other fucking company, they would have canned his ass so hard 5.5 years ago. He wouldn't have made it 6 months. And I think he knows that, which is why, he'd rather just come start a scam, They can't let it go. It's like a toxic love affair. It really is like being in an abusive relationship where you're just getting love bombed and confused. Mixed signals all the time. It really is, though. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ. What do you expect people to do? At least he wasn't as cocky as last time when I swear to God he told people to get a fucking job.
Vincent and Oliver are not
Wow,
here. Vincent,
man.
As a matter of fact, it just blew my mind. I see the picture clearly. Thank you so much. I see the picture. You laid it out for us. Vincent has some family issues, and Oliver is flying. Oliver is traveling. That's why they're not here.
Where is he going?
He flew from Florida somewhere for some vacation. I don't know exactly where he went to, but he's flying
he's
back.
still in America.
Yes, he's within the States. Yes.
Because I was thinking to leave America. Okay, Mike, if you have room in Canada, I'm
No!
All right, Merry Christmas.
No, you will not be coming here. If you try, I will move out. I'll be in Europe. I'll be with Marion.
That's a message on 4th of July from our president.
Stay away from Canada.
No, that's AI, Gen AI.
Yeah, he made a mistake. At least he knows there's a holiday going on.
Yeah.
So we're in trouble, yeah.
Yeah.
Ash, thank you very much. I mean that.
Thank
You want me to leave now?
No, not really.
Just thanking you. You can't go.
You're welcome. Yeah, you don't have to thank me. I'm pleased. I should thank you for allowing
I
me.
agree with you.
So what I'm saying,
Except we have an issue because the employees, although the founders have not been paid their commissions out since September 2023, right? The employees at one office haven't been paid their actual paychecks in 6 months. And at the other office in 9 months. So he hasn't been paying his employees. So nobody's getting paid anymore. He's in.
I just like the way you've put everything so clear, and I know those who don't get
How
it.
many minutes? Please mark that.
10 minutes at most.
Anybody can write it on a napkin, piece of napkin, and you can literally change the world, right?
Yeah.
Someone told me
You're almost 50 minutes.
genius is to take something complicated, turn it into simple.
Yep.
Simple.
Well, also, you're a mathematician because we went from 400 people to 2,500.
Wow.
Yeah, we were 400.
Which one is bigger?
Before you came.
I'm kidding.
You brought the traffic. You drove traffic to the
Yeah, you
hotel.
drove traffic to us,
That's what I do.
The hotel closed.
I told you I have a friend or two who really believe in the direction and the vision, and they will not be disappointed.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yeah, like the funny thing is
You
that
just need a hand.
the website has been down for 8 days. Their commissions are owed. They were all kind of upset their commissions weren't being paid to them, right? But no one has even asked, how are we getting our commissions now that we don't have the O wallet and the back office? I've been looking for the question. I'd like to know. I was already worried about how they were going to get it because there was no way to hook your banking information to your O wallet, and they actually pride themselves on the fact that they don't ask for your bank information. And I've always said, well, how the fuck are you supposed to pull out money? Like, it just doesn't make any sense, right? Eventually, they would have to ask for the information to transfer to your bank account for the withdrawable earnings. Or at least, like, your information to a PayPal or, like, somewhere that's attached to your bank, right? I don't suggest giving them your banking details if this thing ever does launch, by the way. So if there are any O founders watching me, please do not do that. I would maybe instead give them the details to another bank account that you don't use as your main one, if you have one, or like a PayPal instead, and have that attached to your bank so that there's a middleman. I would not trust these people with my bank information as far as I could throw them at all. So it's like there is no way to pay them. And I believe that's why he just kind of gave them those 97, it was 5 notes, 7 O coin. But there's no value with O coin, so did he give them anything? Not really. And what about taxes? Well, the good news is none of them have made enough money that they would have to claim it on their taxes. We haven't even gotten that far yet. The most anyone would be making here would be $143 US. That's what they're waiting for. That's all that they would have paid out of their pocket for the O Connect, because Ash gave them a big discount and then gave them the 95/97 O coin, depending on when you hear about it. So they're not even getting the full price of O Connect back to them. They are going to have to pay out of pocket again. And they keep saying that they're not going to, but like they are. Unless Ash is going to make O Connect $143, you know, that would be the only way to fix that. So we're not really there yet, but the time will come where, if they ever do launch into a company where they're selling the products and people are building teams and all that, then people will be expected to give their personal information over, like their social security number, so that he can give them a tax form. Because for a lot of us, if you make like $500 or more in the US, you got to claim it. So, you know, that's definitely been a worry. That's a future worry. For sure. I don't want anyone to have to give their personal information. And that's the other thing, is that they still don't have a Know Your Customer at KYC, which you have to have in order to pay out. It's kind of like it goes hand in hand. I guess like the banking and the laws say you have to do this, right? It's to stop fraud and whatnot. And this is why they wanted to create their O-Verify. And I feel like that's not going to be a great KYC. And since none of that's in place yet, like people weren't going to get their money any day now. You know, I feel like Ash got sent the money and he's pocketed it all. Like people would have gotten something by now, because he would have really wanted to have paid people to be like, fuck you haters, we paid people. At this point, they would take anything to prove us wrong. So I'm like, yeah, no. I don't think he was ever. I would like a world in which money doesn't require, where you don't need money to survive. Yeah, that would be great. Unfortunately, though, I just don't see it happening. And Ash is not going to change the world and make it so that people want to get paid in love instead either. You're going to pull a George Costanza. George Costanza going to give out O coins for Christmas. Do it. OnPassive, making a difference in Ash's life for over 6 years. I mean, that's the only one that we know has gotten at least $108 million, right? From this thing. You know? There are a lot of the Facebook groups. People are asking a lot more questions. You know, people really are. They want to know what the heck is going on. A lot more people do. The biggest mistake, in my opinion, about this was bringing money into the picture. See, it was always about money, though. Like, it's always, like, it started off as an MLM company that was about marketing businesses. So it's always been about money. the saving humanity thing was kind of what they had to fall back on because there was no money. And people were starting to lose interest and leave and ask questions, and they didn't like that. So then they went, oh, no, we've never been about money. We've always been about saving humanity. Just give everyone $1 billion O coins. The sad thing is that I bet you a lot of the O founders would accept that. Right? Like Ali would be happy with that. He would be like, I'm a billionaire now, guys. Look at me, I'm a billionaire. And then he would go and try to purchase a mansion. And unfortunately, they would be like, I'm sorry, sir, you are broke. You're not a billionaire. And he would be like, but I have 7 billion O coins. And they'd be like, we don't take monopoly money, sir. And then he'd be like, but Ash is saving the world. He says he's going to change the world, but he doesn't own any guillotines. Weak. Many founders hasn't paid OConnect yet, but you will only see those who are attending webinars daily are the ones who purchase OConnect, but no one's getting commissions yet. Not all of the O founders could afford OConnect because, like I said, they did have to pay $143 US out of pocket. This company preyed on people who had difficulty coming up with the $97 buy-in, which is why it's always been very ridiculous for them to then expect anyone to be able to pay for the OConnect, right? It's like, you know, if they had trouble coming up with the $97 because you went and purposely looked for people that would to change their life, you know, then you can't really expect them and then after that come up with 143 easily. So they didn't end up selling as much as I think they thought they were going to. Which could be why maybe we're having some of the problems we are now. Who knows? But yes, the people that attend the webinars are probably the ones that have purchased it. They had to have sold about over 200,000 of them. But they claim to have about 1.4 million people in OnPassive. So, I mean, that's a very huge number, but that's based on the amount that Ash claimed was made off of it, I guess you could say. And they were all supposed to get commissions off of the OConnect sales that took place. That began September 1st, 2023 and ran until about December. So any time in there, but most people that got the OConnect got it in the September because they were basically told that if they didn't, then they weren't going to make money. You had to buy it to make the money. The quicker you bought it, the quicker you made the money. So they all jumped on it, you know? But then some stragglers may not have bought it until like, you know, November, December. But I think by mid-December, they had already lost their merchant. So after that, nobody could buy it anymore because they have not really had a merchant other than the ones Ash has made up recently, which I definitely also covered. I think some of the founders might have not had trust in the company anymore to buy OConnect when it was released based on previous promises that were made to them and long delays. It could have been a bit of that as well, you know, which is completely fair. Some people probably wanted to see how great OConnect was going to be. It was still pretty new as a product. And Ash even said that it wasn't like finished yet, if you would. He said he was going to add some more extra features to it as soon as it was released. So there were also people that were kind of skeptical about it and were kind of like, I want to wait a couple months to like, you know, see if it goes well because nothing's gone well over here. So you can't really blame people for being like, you know, I want to kind of see how it goes first. And then maybe I'll think about it. Yeah, allegedly there was $38 million in withdrawals. And if you divide that by 143, that equals 265,734 sales of OConnect, which again, there's a big jump between that and the alleged 1.4 million founders that they claim to have. That's a big difference. Which is why it's a little bit funny when they talk about how Connect is going viral, because it's like it didn't even go viral within OnPassive. Oh, look, Cheyenne is back. Okay, all right. Did we add more to it? All right, we gotta get ready for this one. Here we go, guys. You ready? All right. Love our world top greatest internet king, our ideal Lord, Big Bro, CEO, organizer, Ash, Sir, and management 5 groups of tech teams who created such biggest, unique, wonderful, unique platform in this world. One breath at a time, baby. Boom, baby, boom. Sorry, I got a little excited there. Cheyenne makes me a little excited. I think it was the same as the first one, though, Cheyenne. That disappointed me a little bit. You know, you were adding a little bit to it every time when you were first showing up, and now you're getting lazy, Cheyenne. I'm going to have to request that you step it up a notch, sir. I think you're a sir. Maybe ma'am. I'm so sorry. I don't want to misgender you, but please do step it up. Please do. Pierre said it was people who didn't get the $97 credit either, so it was charging them $250. That makes sense as well, yes, because it is true. Not everyone would have gotten that $97 back. I know Marty really likes to say everyone got paid back their $95. It was $95 until I was like, $2 are owed. What the fuck? Why is it $95? And then it became $97. I just want to point that out. But, yeah. You know, it was only supposed to go to the first wave of people, if you will, that bought in. So, you know, banks weren't taking payments because they were starting to have trouble with the processors. So things weren't going well. Also, a lot of the banks are having OnPassive pop up as a red flag because of the history with the SEC and everything, you know? They're like, this is a bizarre purchase. What's going on over here? And then it pops up in SEC fraud lawsuit. And, you know, the banks are now very well trained. Over the last few years, a lot of the banks in a lot of places, actually, most places, have been training in stopping scams a lot more than they have in the past. So they know how to look for bizarre purchases, you know? Things that sound bizarre. I mean, it is called OnPassive. You have to admit, if someone came in and you were working at the bank and they were like, I'm buying an O-Connect from an OnPassive thing, you'd be like, that sounds bizarre. You know? It's an illness. What's an illness? That's teach teams, not tech teams. There is no tech in OnPassive. Not really, right? Not really. Hello, Mark. Good to see you. OnPassive no longer needs data centers. Their AL has made their data truly viral, creating even more traffic, which can be transmitted founders like herpes. To founders like herpes. But I still want them to apologize to me and the recovering Hunbot for saying that we were lying about them not having data centers. You know, that was a big thing for like 2 full years. They were like, we have data centers. And we were like, no, it says Amazon. Fucking GoDaddy and shit. You can look it up. Why do you lie about things that we can fucking look up, damn it? If you're gonna lie, at least lie about something I can't fucking look up. That's what I don't understand. This man, even when he tries to be intelligent, it seems to fail. You know? If you're gonna lie, at least be good at it. Put some work in, damn it. But yeah, they were very adamant that they had their own data centers. They were like, we have our own data centers. That's why a lot of the O founders will say that they have data centers. because it's like they listened to them say that and then they just never paid attention when they walked it back afterwards. Because after like 2 years of doing it, they just kind of went back to, we're going to get them. And we were kind of like, oh, you're getting them now? Oh, you're getting them, you say? So that's future tense, means you don't have them in the moment. And now he's finally like, oh, AWS. Yeah, thank you. That's what we said. Data centers, servers, they own nothing. No, they don't. They don't really own anything. And apparently, you can buy the OnPassive.com domain right now. So I don't even know if they own that.
Full people with that heart and that brain, and nothing is, impossible. Everything is possible.
Heart and brain.
That's what we get when we are focused. Yep.
So as much as I love technology, but so far I see the downside of it more. I mean, it's like either just like limited to a certain class of people.
My whole thing though is, okay, so is your story that now you don't like technology, so you don't want to do a tech business? Watch this like completely change. And then all of a sudden they like just slowly start dropping all the technology, and it like just becomes about, oh bless.
Months, places, or it just like doesn't belong to all of us. So, or it sounds like it's intended to make money. So you're after technology, but what is your drive? What's your ultimate, outcome, or what you're trying to achieve? That is a huge difference between everybody else until now,
yes,
and who we will, become soon.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Outstanding.
That's really great, Ash. Really, really great.
What's great?
Yeah, go ahead, Ash.
No, thank you, Collins. Yeah, you go for it.
Yeah, what I think I really
you like the new prime minister?
No, he's a conservative. All this was sad.
Really?
It's not that funny.
Oh no.
It's just like
yeah, it's really funny to owe people commissions for like 10 months and owe people pay for like 10 months, have everything offline. So funny.
all the same. Ash,
Also, the CMO just quit. Woohoo!
Believe nothing will change. It's like, when you talk about we have to have the time and financial freedom, that's the true freedom. Nothing will change.
I really, really liked Marty and Chris's stream about financial freedom, where Chris was on vacation, having to do an OnPassive webinar on vacation about time freedom. Like, you cannot make this shit up.
Nobody will make you happy. Only you yourself, you can work up to that state.
Right.
Yeah.
Write it down, Bob.
That's why I always knock them down. Yeah, tell me.
I used to remember when we started OnPassive. You just crushed OnPassive in. You're giving us everything from the vision till now for just 10 minutes. You used it at most to give us that. I remember.
That's funny. We all of a sudden don't like technology anymore. It's bad. All right. You all needed to learn to deal without the OnPassive ecosystem and the products for at least 5 days. Okay, you were taking advantage of them, and technology is really bad. So, aren't you glad that everything's offline?
I remember when we just
started OnPassive.
I used to be with Uncle Bob. Then they used to do presentation. No, we used to figure out with Uncle Oliver, try to figure out.
And because if you don't see it that way, then you're just going to want to unalive all the time from it. To be honest, because it gets pretty depressing when you realize some of the stories of the people that got roped into this thing sometimes. So you have to look at it with comedy.
Our streams of income.
For your emotional health and well-being,
Yeah.
So we're going, and we'll reach right up to a level. We'll be like, so if
most people are not okay, it's not really fun to watch some asshole take advantage and rip off a whole bunch of vulnerable people. And then to see them fall under the coercive control of him and his weird psychophants. It's not really like a, woohoo, yeah, can't wait to see this, It's more of like we got to speak out about this. Someone has to hold this man accountable. We have to archive this shit that's happening and coming out of his mouth. You know, it's more like that. So you gotta watch it with the comedy. You gotta look at it as a real life comedy act, and you gotta kind of hold on to the funnier part of it. Otherwise, you will go insane, like me. See, that's what happened to me. I swear.
If this OnPassive ecosystem can be giving us this much, so it means we need to take it to a different level. So I mean, we're thanking you for giving us this tools.
So every single time somebody says another level, I go right to like Mark Pentecost from fucking It Works, and it's whole other level. It's a whole other level.
It's true.
Thank you.
Take it to. We will not
whole
fail
another
you.
level.
We'll take it to the greatest, the nicks and kings of everywhere to make it happen.
The king of technology.
The kings of
Make
Canada. Like, come
that
on.
means a lot coming from a black man in one of the whitest states in Canada.
Yes, Ash.
First of all, you fucking idiot, Canada doesn't have states. Okay, we have provinces. And the fact that you actually have quite a few people signed up into your scam from Canada, you could have at least learned that little tidbit about us. All right, we don't have states. We have provinces. For example, I am in the province of Ontario. Okay? I have this lovely accent of mine is what's known as the Toronto accent. Because I grew up like an hour and a half outside of Toronto. And now I'm in Ottawa, which is actually the country's capital. That's where Parliament is. All right. You got Robin Noble. I believe she's in, where's she in? Is she in Alberta? I believe. You know, but come on, man. All right. The states of Canada. You could have at least learned that much. And then secondly, like, Mike. Could you suck Ash's ass anymore? Can you just not do that? You're making Canada look bad.
Tell you, this is our plea for all of us, the tech pros and myself. Working on that, we'll make it happen.
Absolutely.
I wanted to say, Ash, you know, one of the good things I really like now about OnPassive is because...
Listen, Linda. If you want to know, I actually grew up in a town called Napanee, Ontario. It's where Avril Lavigne was from. That's the famous person from my town.
You made a statement that you will not say anything, we will only say it. That is a very, the best way, because we don't want to.
Actually, her song Complicated would go very well with this right now.
Let us just say it. And that's the beauty. And somebody, why Ash not saying this? It doesn't matter.
Tell
we are working behind the scenes.
You
just have to only say it without even notice, which I really love. And you want to match the word.
I will blow your mind.
We can't wait to have it, Ash. We're ready. Trust me,
we know that you are going to over-deliver. If we look,
and not only that, the story behind it and the way it was done is going to rock your world.
Yep.
We're so ready for this.
And the time it took, Mr. Ash, there's one thing that people don't know.
Are you going to tell us a new story? Like, hey, can't wait for that.
We are going to write the story of OnPassive will be written about how less time it took for you to achieve this mission, because normally it should take much more time.
What should take more time? The longest it usually takes for a website to migrate is like 48 hours. What are you talking about? Everybody else has taken 10 years to migrate their website. Ash, you only did it in one. Like, what the?
If I share with you later, after you see what's accomplished, if I share with you when was the reset point.
Oh, yeah, the reason.
Exactly.
Got a triple pants.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, eventually, he will share it with us. But will he tell us the full truth about what happened? Probably not. We'll have to kind of figure it out a little bit. Because it will be a harrowing story of some of the hardships that Mr. Ash Mufareh, Sir Lord of the Internet, needs to face in order for everyone. Okay? So, you got to think of what Mr. Ash goes through running this thing. That's usually how he fucking talks about it, though. He won't be able to not tell us what this was about in future. I believe that very strongly. Very strongly. Right? Like, I don't know why that had anything to do with anything. Like, we're just bringing up his race for no reason. Right? Like, it's like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything at all? Like, weird. BC does rule. My whole family is there. My biological family and my adopted family. All in BC. Forget over-delivering. Can Ash just deliver once, right? Like, just one time and, like, on time? That would be nice if it was on time as well. I just want to see him reach one deadline. I've been here the whole time for 3 years now going, I just want to see him actually accomplish something and for it to go the way that he said it would and be done within the time that he stated. But we have yet to really see that. Apparently, we can't even migrate our fucking website within 48 hours, damn it.
Thank you so much.
That is impossible to achieve.
I just expect too much.
A few years when I show you what's done.
They don't? Now it's good to know.
Remember, there's a reset.
They don't hold it captive. Like, I feel like it has to be something on his end. Like, he has to do something to turn this website on. Because I've tried to research this migrating process. There's a lot to it. It's a big thing. It is a big thing to do. But my understanding is that after they migrate it, he has to do something on his end. And I feel like that's the part that's probably getting fucked up. Because, okay, think about it like this, guys. Think about it like this. We have Amazon. We have another company that is attached to HG in India. That is DigitalOcean. DigitalOcean is kind of the ones that would probably be running this migration. Okay, so we have 2 hosting companies, and it's their job to migrate websites. And then we have OnPassive and Ash. So who do you think is responsible for fucking something up here? Right? It probably Ash and OnPassive. But it does make sense that they would not be holding his data, even if he did owe them a bill. I'm sure they don't want him anymore. It'll take more than 6 months before AWS messes with a client. If they shut down, Ash had months, if not 6 or more. I wonder if he didn't know that. So he preemptively tried to, like, move it. Do you know what I mean? And I doubt he planned this. I really don't think he planned it. And based on my research, you have to do a lot of planning for this. Like, apparently businesses planned for months for this migration thing. And there's, like, a whole, like, steps that you have to take and, like, a lot of shit you got to do in advance before the actual, like, date comes, right? I don't think any of that was done. I don't think he did any of that. It just, why the fuck, when has he ever done any of the preparation, right? So I know that something went awry. And the date for the website started was June 27th. So I'm like, I wonder if the bill was due and he was like, I'm going to leave, or they shut him down, because that would make sense to me. And then it was a scramble, because this man has to do everything last minute as a fucking scramble, and then he fucks it all up. Every single fucking time. And it's not like he wouldn't have known that he would have owed them again at this time. You know what I mean? Like I said, like, since the website was opened on June 27th, I'm assuming that he probably has to pay his bill around that time every year. Right? You would have to pay for the year bill, or you know, if you pay for 5 years, you'd have to do it on the 27th. So if he did have to pay again, because he said that he couldn't pay them again, and that's why he had to move. I'm going by his words with that one. we suspected, but then he did say it. So I was like, okay. Okay, it was probably pricey since they've had O-Connect this last year with the bandwidth and everything. That's where the price would have gone up for him. He tried to fix it. I don't know if he did or not. They said he did, but like, I don't really know if he actually did. He might have fixed it a little bit, but not actually solved the problem. That's what it looked more like. So it would have still been pricey for him, And I don't want to say that DigitalOcean or HG India fucked this up because, like I said, like this is what they do. That's literally what they do. I feel like the fuck up has to be him. Like it has to be. Like they're doing something wrong, or they don't know that they have to do something, or maybe, they have to reformat it. I threw out that idea too, because that would make sense to me. There's stuff missing, like actual files missing from the website. So I'm like, maybe they have to like add them back in. But then I don't know if his tech team is working right now either. So that would be interesting. On the Recovering Humbot said that he might have stopped paying AWS. He now has to get a new data center and pay them so AWS will know where to send the data. Yeah. Ash would get sacked if he were a driver for Amazon. He still wouldn't deliver the goods. Probably not. He'd just take them all home. I still believe that Ash is keeping the servers down so he doesn't have to pay the $5,000 per founder who uses O-Connect. That's what Ash says he pays for O-Connect. Yeah. In his offense, it would have probably been about $15 to $20 per founder to use the O-Connect whenever they did a live, which is also still pretty pricey. And where they moved to is a little bit cheaper with that. So I'm guessing that's probably what he's trying to avoid and cost. Because let's be real, he doesn't want to pay for anything. He wants to pay as little as possible.
Point.
This is point, exactly, yeah.
Okay, that is almost...
Care if it works great.
I don't want to say square one, but it's really redoing much.
Not really, anyway.
I enjoyed the webinar when you told us you are talking to some people that make your head hurt.
True.
I could just imagine, what's going on behind the scenes, what they are doing, what they are.
I'm going to share with you a secret, Bob, and please, okay, don't embarrass me. Okay. Lately, I've been looking like an idiot in front of them. I'm like, now no matter what I try to prepare, okay, so I can sound like from this century to them. Yeah, there is a big gap.
I didn't know anything.
I'm the lower one, okay. Yes. I'm telling you, I'm being embarrassed a lot. Like I get that eye rolling so much now. Like, what an idiot.
Oh, yeah.
It's good though. You are the visionary. That's what matters.
And there's something too. You remember, I worked with a company that started in 1998.
Oh my God!
I had a contract with them for 6 months. Now, in that contract, they had just 35,000 employees. So we were to transfer, like migrate data of the top officials. Okay, there were about 3,000 of them. So in my 6 months in that contract, we did not succeed to do half of that contract. We did not do 1,500 people out of 3,000. We did not for 6 months. So before you came here, that's one of the things we were talking about with Bob and
what you're talking about, how you were incompetent in your other jobs before this and also got fired after 6 months. There's a reason why they didn't renew your contract after 6 months there, Mike. Maybe it's because you didn't get the work done, bud.
Collins here to talk about the patience of the processes of the migration and all those things. Yesterday we had a show with Marcien with Collins. Yeah. We break it down there. So nice. I'm just thinking of something that's 1,500 for 6 months we're talking about. And we have 1 million plus for how long? Yes, this, So I just, to me, everything like Uncle Bob, we are always telling people, and Maddie and all of us, patience. Right. Let's wait for the right time.
That's a long time ago, like almost 3 decades. 26 years ago. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I believe that the same year when we caught Clinton goofing with Monica Lewinsky, I guess. That's the same time, right?
Yes.
Yes, Ash.
I'm not.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. You couldn't think of another time in history to bring up?
Exposing anything new. That's history. It's all over.
Lord.
Yeah, man. So it's been beautiful.
I did
How's your
not
weather in
sleep
how's the weather over
without
in
women.
Orlando? Hot?
Oh, it's snowing
Like,
today.
why do we even bring sex up?
Of course, it's
you know?
hot. All the
How,
time.
how hot is it? That's what I mean.
Like, why?
In the hundreds?
Why?
It's like the question in Florida: how hot it is? How hot it is?
Yeah.
How hot is it?
But
That's
I
what I
take
meant.
that over the code. Like
Oh my god, here we go.
I don't think how
don't know
you
what
got
the
used to.
deal
Like
is.
look at Mike in Canada, and UK is probably better than Maryland, right?
Yeah.
Not as cold.
Oh, yeah.
Weather-wise, yeah. I think
Yeah.
But the
But it's
UK is
gloomy,
not
yeah.
it's always gloomy, foggy.
right?
Yeah, and it's just
Rainy.
depending where you are in UK. Because
Yeah.
if you are in the north, like Scotland,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's brutal.
But
I
it depends
understand.
where you are everywhere. Because, like, if you're in the north here, it's worse than being over here in southern Ontario or eastern Ontario. You know what I'm saying?
the weather is depressing.
Yes, sir.
And it's beautiful to have
I understand.
an option in life where you live where you want to.
don't get that.
Yeah.
And a part of our objective to achieve
North
an
is
OnPassive to give
colder,
people that
the
liberty.
south is hotter.
You
Fuck
shouldn't be
weird,
limited
dude.
to just your neighborhood. I mean, life is too short and the world is too small. And you like Florida, move to Florida. You try it for a bit, you don't like it, you move to New Jersey,
Are you moving?
and you're gonna hate it.
Yeah. So you cannot hate it, Ash, because Maddie is there. You're gonna like it.
No, we're picking him up.
We're
I
moving
didn't
to
tell you
Delaware.
that.
We're moving to
We're picking
Delaware.
him up. We have to save him. We have to rescue him.
Save him
Yeah.
from Jersey. Why?
It's filled with intelligence.
What's wrong with New
It was
Jersey?
nice really having you here, Ash.
Mr.
At least
Ash.
you've really opened our mind now. Maybe
Yep.
I'll just sit and be thinking
We
about
have
all of
to-
this. Wow, this is really bigger than
You've given us homework. We have maybe the next 2-3 hours to go and digest, brainstorm.
And for those who are not technical, if this didn't sink in fully,
Are you fucking kidding me right now? I'm sorry. Did we have to be technical to understand his fucking word salad that had nothing to do with technology? Like, what? For those of you who are not technical and didn't understand, all right, my big speech just now. Wow. I can't with this man sometimes.
with you, just understand
Wow.
the frame here is it's possible to get off track and come
We're
up.
going to have a massive data center. It will be the data centers of data centers. Sorry if you don't understand that. You know, if you're not a technical person and all, guys.
with something disruptive. You
Well,
don't
that's
have
a
to
little
follow
techie for
the same
ya.
frame that is out there. That's a man-made, of course, and you don't need to be limited to any box. Just understand. If you put your head into anything, you can do it.
Yep.
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 As you
Except for allegedly migrated website in less than a week, huh?
see, Collins and all of you brothers, I'm more pleased. Actually, I
Yes.
am happy to be here. Okay.
Yes. We can tell from your disposition.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're so relaxed today.
And we are closing in.
Yeah. Christmas time.
Yeah, it's
For
an
our
honor.
president.
It's really an honor to have you. You know,
Why?
and it's
What
really
did we
great
get?
because honestly, a
Oh.
lot of things you've just said today, like Bob is saying and Ninja Mike, it's something that you just when you look at it, especially when you start to explain all of the things that you can pick from everything, learn from others, pick all the good side. You know, it brought me back to when I was watching BBC during the election time before the vote. So they were interviewing a lot of people in the street. They asked one man, an elderly man, the man has never voted in his life. He said, so what can the government do or what can the politician do to make you to vote? He said, the only time I will vote is only when someone will come up with a different model, pick the good side of this person, pick the good side of this person, put it together,
Yes.
and I can vote for that person.
Yes. Basically, some outsider, something outside the box. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And when you were saying that, wow,
Yeah.
he just brought me back to what
Yes.
this man was saying. I said, this man is really smart. I think that what he's saying really makes perfect sense. That just take all the good side, put it together, and people will vote for you.
Very powerful, very powerful. What I said there just blew my mind.
We're just gonna go
We
from
missed,
server to
seeing,
server to server.
Oliver here. Hopefully,
Oliver would have followed.
Okay, we're just gonna be going from server to server to server, taking all the good stuff from every single data center and server, and just putting them all together. None of the bad stuff, though. We promise.
Off his chair.
I know he will watch it and say, "Oh my
Oliver
God!"
will cry. He's flying.
He will wake me up around 2 a.m.
Yes.
I listen to it.
Yes.
Did you hear that? I said, "No,
Yes.
tell me."
I think he's in the cockpit right now telling the pilot, land the plane, land the plane.
I know.
Stop to a gas station. Yeah, in the air.
Oh my God!
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Gentlemen
sir.
here.
Thank you.
We'll see
Have a
you
good
next
weekend.
time.
Thank you,
Thank
brother.
you very much.
You too.
Thank you.
My gosh.
There you have it, my dear friends. We had a courtesy visit from our one and only founder, Mr. Ash. Thank you all for listening. This weekend, we'll see you again in another couple of weeks, 2 weeks. Remember, OTEC Pros and founders around the world is every bi-weekly at 12 noon. It's in Brother Madi. Thank you for providing us with the Restream account so we could continue our program. And on behalf of my brother here, Collins, and Engineer Mike.
Oh, is that what's going on? They don't have a way to do their OTEC Pro show. So that's why Marty's doing Shining the Light with the OTEC Pros more than once. It's not so that he can shine the light on them. It's so that they can continue their OTEC Pros show, which, spoiler, none of them are tech pros. And then none of them work in on the tech in OnPassive. That's the thing. They just know about technology, allegedly, and are founders in OnPassive, but none of them work on the technology here. So it's like, okay, so what are you going to tell us? Are we just going to be sitting here talking about, like what you know about technology in relation to what it could mean for OnPassive? Because if you're not the ones actually working on this technology, how are you the OTEC pros of this company? You know what I mean? It's just such bullshit. Such bullshit. But wow, I am not surprised at all that he didn't really give us much of an update. I'm not really all that surprised that they're sitting there like a bunch of happy clapping seals. Of course, there had to be some racism and some sexism thrown in there because they just can't.
Stop going there.
So, that was an update. It was from today. It was from earlier on today, but me and my family were on our way to the pool when it started. So I am sorry that I went and lived my real life instead of streaming for all of you. But I am able to do it when I returned, so here I am. I hope that you enjoyed that. I don't really know what to say. It's been 8 days. You would expect him to at least give them some kind of information, like let them know, like, hey, we're still migrating. Things are going well. Might just take a couple of days. At this point, I would almost rather he lie to us and say that than not say nothing at all. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Mark. I like Engineer Mike. His name inspires me with confidence. I also like Peppa Pig and Bob the Builder. Yes. All very, very good names. All very inspiring. You need some in it to win it to make you happy after seeing this depression live from Ash. Yeah, don't be depressed. I mean, could we expect anything more from Mr. Ash Mufareh at this point, really? I can't believe all the bullshit was shoved in this stream. It was a little ridiculous, wasn't it? It was a little bit ridiculous. I mean, I can't believe that he actually had the audacity to say AWS without going into details about their migration. You can't say these people don't have balls, right? Yeah, he's only paying for 100 attendees in Zoom, right? So they have to use Marty's account as well. Just interesting. I just, it seems so relaxed and in a good mood, which I'm sure is easing some people out there. Maybe they see him relaxed and in a good mood. They're like, oh, yay, things are going well. But I'm sure that being an O founder in this is very, very frustrating right now. And you're probably really scared and wondering what the hell. So if you are in a webinar and you see Ash again, tell him to flick the switch for his website. It is migrated. He just needs to do the finishing touches and then he can turn it on. Maybe he didn't get the memo. I don't know. But say, it's up to him. We don't know what he's doing, but it appears it's not a lot. So there's that. I did think it was funny that he mentioned that people make fun of him all the time. I hope that there are people in his life that are kind of telling him that he sounds like an idiot, as they should. And again, we'll just have to keep seeing what's going on with this. I will see you all on Monday for MLM Monday. And maybe by then we will know something or this will be up and running. To be honest with you, I don't think it'll happen before Monday now. Because, I guess they could turn it on the weekend. I just doubt it. So if you are an O founder, maybe don't expect much going forward. And I would think about maybe having some kind of plan B, like Ash said. Go get a job. Thank you all for spending this little bit of time with me this evening. I am glad that I was able to jump on here quickly to at least give you Ash's little update. Sorry he didn't say much. Never does. Dancing around it again. But like I said, they're migrated. They're migrated over on the lovely digital ocean. Surf's up, dude. Let's see what happens. I will keep you guys posted on social medias and on my community tab as well going forward. I love all of you. Have a fabulous, fabulous rest of your weekends. And like always, we're in it to win it. Mwah! Bye!
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke. If that's a call.
Hey.
Friend.
That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh. If you're rude, if you've been doubting or spying or we know who,
stop going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there asking for a debate. That's the lady I brought on. Her debate was 3-minute Ash. And another Queen of Karma asking about why don't we answer the question about religion. I think we've answered that over and over again.
I've been answering them over and over. It's not the answer you want, but
Yeah.
call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke.
All right, this is a great way to start your day. Come here and tune in to crazy men talking about their experiences.
my name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
My name is Mufareh.
Stop going there. Yeah, Queen of Karma's down there.
My name is Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
Let's go to Guyana.